Every morning, we wake up and slip into our usual routine without giving it much thought. We brush our teeth, sip our tea or coffee, check our phone, sit for hours on end, maybe grumble a bit, and just carry on with the day. It all feels normal, almost automatic. But what if I told you that some of these everyday habits, the small ones that feel harmless or even comforting, could actually be slowly chipping away at your health and stealing years from your life? It sounds surprising, maybe even a little dramatic. But doctors and health experts are sounding the alarm. It's not always the big things that hurt us. Sometimes it's the quiet, familiar routines that pose the greatest danger. These tiny, repeated choices add up, and they can lead to serious health problems down the line. Most of us are focused on what we should do to live longer. Eat well, exercise, get enough sleep. And that's great. But here's what we rarely talk about. The things we need to stop doing. That's the part we often overlook. Because health isn't just about adding more good habits. It's also about letting go of the bad ones. And believe it or not, the most damaging habits aren't always loud or obvious. Some of them are so common. We don't even recognize them as harmful anymore. These are the habits doctors are warning us about now. The ones that seem innocent but quietly wear us down over time. The truth is, the less we engage in these daily patterns, the more likely we are to live longer, stay independent, and age with grace. Take a moment to really think. How much time do you spend sitting each day? When was the last time you stepped away from screens and just breathed in the fresh air? How often do you push past your tiredness at night, only to fall asleep long after midnight? These things may not feel like a big deal in the moment, but over time they build up layer by layer, like dust settling into your body and mind. And science is clear. It's the small, repeated choices we make every day that shape the course of our future. That's why doctors, especially those working with people over 40 and 50, are now urging a closer look at our daily routines. Because prevention, simple everyday prevention, is easier, cheaper, and far more effective than treatment. Once conditions like heart disease or high blood pressure set in, the battle becomes harder. But by reducing just a few harmful habits, you can dramatically lower your risk. It's not just helpful advice, it's life-saving. So if you've ever asked yourself, what am I doing every day that could be hurting me without me even knowing? You're in the right place. This isn't about scaring you. It's about giving you the tools to take back control of your health in a way that's realistic and doable. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need extreme diets. You just need awareness and a willingness to shift a few small things that alone can make a huge difference. In this video, we'll walk you through 10 everyday habits that doctors say you should do less of, because cutting back on these quiet health risks might just be the key to a longer, stronger life. And if this message is already making you think a little differently about your routine, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We share honest, practical advice about health, aging, and living well, especially for those of us who want to stay sharp, strong, and independent with each passing year. Hit the bell so you never miss an update. Now let's dive into the first habit doctors say we all need to cut back on, for the sake of our bodies, minds, and years ahead. Sitting for too long. It may not sound dramatic, but sitting for long stretches is one of the most dangerous habits in modern life. And yet, it's one of the most common. Whether it's hours in front of the TV, working at a desk, scrolling through your phone, or just lounging, sitting too much can quietly take a serious toll on your health. Some doctors even call it the new smoking. That's how harmful it can be. Sitting for long periods has been linked to heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and even an increased risk of early death. Here's what happens in your body. When you sit too long, your blood flow slows down. Oxygen and nutrients don't reach your organs and muscles the way they should. Your metabolism starts to crawl. Your muscles, especially in your legs and lower back, begin to weaken. You burn fewer calories, store more fat, and your risk of blood clots rises. It's like quietly sabotaging your own system without realizing it. And it doesn't stop at your body. Sitting too much can mess with your mind, too. It's linked to low mood, poor sleep, even brain fog. Plus, your posture suffers, which can cause neck and back pain, making you feel more tired, less motivated, and even more likely to keep sitting. It's a loop that's hard to break. The sneaky part? Most of us don't notice how much we're sitting. It adds up in small pieces, a bit here, a bit there. But by the end of the day, Many people are sitting 8, 10, even 12 hours or more. That's a lot for anybody to handle, especially as we age. So what's the fix? It's simple. Move more, even just a little. Doctors recommend standing up and moving around every 30 to 60 minutes. You don't need to go for a run. Just stretch, walk around the room, do a few light chores, or stand by the window and take some deep breaths. These tiny actions help keep your blood flowing, your joints happy, and your muscles active. Even a couple minutes of gentle movement can help reverse some of the harm caused by too much sitting. The key is consistency, not intensity. So if there's one change you can start making today, let it be this. Sit less, move more, be aware of how long you've been still, and give your body the movement it craves. Your future self will thank you, with more energy, better health, and a stronger chance of living well for years to come. The second, sleeping too late at night. It's easy to think that staying up late is harmless, especially if you're just catching up on a favorite show, scrolling your phone, or enjoying some quiet after a long day. It feels like a little me time. But what many people don't realize is that consistently going to bed too late, especially after midnight, can quietly take a toll on your health. Your body follows a natural rhythm, your internal clock, called the circadian rhythm. This rhythm isn't just about when you sleep and wake up. It controls how your organs work, how your hormones behave, and how well your body repairs itself. And when you stay up too late, you disrupt that rhythm in a way your body doesn't easily recover from. Even if you still sleep 6 or 7 hours, it's not the same as sleeping earlier. Why? Because the most healing, most restorative part of your sleep happens in the first part of the night, usually between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's when your brain clears out toxins, your muscles relax deeply, and your heart slows down to rest. Missing that window night after night weakens your immune system, raises your stress levels, and increases your risk of serious problems like heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Late nights also come with other quiet risks. You're more likely to snack, and not on healthy foods. Your digestion slows at night, so those late bites are more likely to turn into weight gain or blood sugar issues, especially if you're older. And don't overlook the mental toll. People who go to bed late often feel more anxious, foggy, or disconnected the next day. You may feel drained and not know why. Over time, this lack of routine affects your mood, your focus, and your overall well-being. It becomes harder to wake up early, harder to feel motivated, and harder to stay healthy. Doctors strongly recommend aiming for sleep around 10:30 or 11 p.m., especially if you're over 40 or 50. If you're not sleepy at first, don't worry. Start by turning off bright lights, putting away screens, and skipping caffeine after dinner. Let your body ease into rest naturally. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet, a peaceful place just for sleeping. Remember, it's not just how long you sleep. It's when you sleep that matters. Going to bed late chips away at your health slowly, stealing your energy and strength without you noticing. If you want to protect your body, your brain, and your future, start by honoring your natural clock. Sleep a little earlier, and you'll feel the difference inside and out. The third, worrying too much. Worry doesn't always scream for attention. It can live quietly in your mind, a steady stream of what-ifs about money, health, family, or the future. Most people accept it as a part of life. But what many don't realize is that constant worrying doesn't just drain your mind. It silently wears down your body too. Doctors now know that chronic stress, especially the kind that comes from overthinking or always feeling on edge, causes real physical harm. When you worry too much, your body is constantly in a state of alert. It releases a hormone called cortisol, helpful in small doses, but toxic when it never turns off. High cortisol affects your sleep, your digestion, your heart, and even your immune system. Think of it like this. Your body's engine is always running hot, burning fuel you can't afford to lose. Over time, this leads to fatigue, blood pressure problems, inflammation, and a greater risk of getting sick or aging faster than you should. And worry doesn't just affect your insides. It changes your habits, too. You might reach for unhealthy food, skip your daily walk, isolate yourself, or stay up late trying to escape your thoughts. These coping habits can become a cycle, one that slowly chips away at your strength and peace of mind. What makes this habit especially dangerous is how invisible it is. You might seem fine to everyone around you, smiling, working, carrying on. But inside, your body is paying the price. That's why doctors stress the importance of calming your mind, not just for mental health, but for your physical health too. You don't have to be a monk or meditate for hours. Start small. Take deep breaths throughout the day. Go for a quiet walk. Write down what's bothering you. Spend time in nature, or simply talk to someone you trust. These small actions can lower your stress response and give your body a chance to recover. Worrying might feel like you're doing something useful, like you're being responsible or preparing for the worst. But the truth is, it often steals your health more than it solves your problems. If you want to live longer, feel lighter, and stay strong, letting go of constant worry is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself. Peace of mind isn't weakness, it's wisdom. The fourth, skipping meals. You might think that skipping a meal here and there isn't a big deal. Some people skip breakfast because they're not hungry in the morning. Others delay eating because they're busy or think they're cutting calories. But doctors warn that this habit, especially in older adults, can slowly cause more harm than good. When you skip meals, your body doesn't get the steady fuel it needs to function well. Your metabolism starts to slow, your energy dips, and your blood sugar becomes unstable. Over time, this increases the risk of fatigue, dizziness, poor concentration, and even fainting. For older adults, the stakes are even higher. It can lead to muscle loss, weaker immunity, and greater risk of falls or illness. Skipping breakfast, in particular, has been linked to overeating later in the day and weight gain. Your body ends up trying to catch up, but usually not in a healthy way. Late-night cravings, larger meals, and poor digestion become common. And when you constantly deprive your body of nutrients, it struggles to repair cells, fight off infection, or keep your brain sharp. Even if you don't feel hungry, try starting your day with something small and nourishing. A banana, a bowl of oats, a boiled egg, or a handful of nuts. Simple foods that give your body what it needs to stay steady and strong. Regular, balanced meals keep your energy consistent, your mood stable, and your health on track. Eating isn't just about calories, it's about care. Feeding your body regularly is one of the simplest, most loving ways to protect your health and independence as you age. The fifth, too much phone time. Let's be honest, most of us check our phones more than we realize. A quick scroll in the morning, some text during the day, a few videos before bed, it adds up. And while phones are helpful, staying glued to them, especially first thing in the morning or right before sleep, can quietly hurt both your mind and your body. The blue light from screens messes with melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. That means the more screen time you get before bed, the harder it is to fall into deep, restful sleep. Poor sleep leads to tired days, weakened immunity, and more stress. But it's not just about light. It's about what we're seeing. Endless news, stressful messages, comparisons on social media. All of it piles onto your mental load. It can increase anxiety, affect your mood, and leave your mind racing, even when you're trying to relax. Physically, too much phone time can cause headaches, strained eyes, neck pain, and poor posture. And let's be real, many older adults are already managing those issues. The phone just adds fuel to the fire. That's why doctors recommend protecting the first and last hour of your day. Start your mornings screen-free if you can. Stretch. Sit quietly. Breathe. At night, put the phone away at least 30 minutes before bed. Read a book. Listen to soft music. Let your mind wind down naturally. Cutting back on phone use isn't about going backward in time. It's about giving your brain space to rest, reset, and recharge. Less screen time means better sleep, clearer thoughts, and more calm. And that calm over time adds years to your life. The sixth, eating too quickly. Most people don't think twice about how fast they eat. It's just something we do without noticing, especially when we're hungry or in a rush. But eating too quickly is one of those quiet habits that doctors say can slowly harm your body in ways you might not feel right away. When you eat fast, your brain doesn't have enough time to catch up with your stomach. That means by the time you realize you're full, you've already overeaten. This leads to weight gain, digestive trouble, and increases your risk of health issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. For older adults, this habit becomes even more dangerous. As we age, digestion naturally slows down. Eating too fast forces the body to work harder than it should. Food isn't broken down properly, which leads to bloating, gas, and stomach pain. Large bites that aren't chewed can even lead to choking or acid reflux, problems that can make eating feel uncomfortable or even scary. But the solution is simple and gentle. Just slow down. Take smaller bites. Chew your food thoroughly. Set down your fork between bites and enjoy the taste of what you're eating. Give your body at least 20 minutes to finish a meal. That's how long it takes for your brain to say, "I'm full." By eating slowly and mindfully, you'll feel satisfied without stuffing yourself, and your digestive system will thank you. Eating slower isn't just about avoiding pain or problems. It's about honoring your body. Turning mealtime into a peaceful, unhurried ritual gives your body the time it needs to heal, nourish, and thrive. It's a small shift that brings long-term benefits, one gentle bite at a time. The seventh, not drinking enough water. It's easy to forget about water. You're not always thirsty, especially as you get older. And without meaning to, many people go through the day sipping only a little or not at all. But this quiet habit can wear down your body in more ways than you realize. Even mild dehydration, just being a little low on water, can cause fatigue, confusion, headaches, constipation, and strain on your kidneys. And for older adults, these problems can become serious very quickly. Water is life. It helps your body flush out toxins, keeps your joints moving smoothly, and supports everything from your digestion to your brain function. When you don't get enough, your blood thickens, your heart works harder, and your skin may start to look dry and tired. Over time, dehydration raises your risk of urinary infections, kidney stones, and even memory problems. The fix isn't complicated, but it does take awareness. Start your day with a glass of water. Keep a bottle near you, by your favorite chair, on the kitchen table, beside your bed. Sip slowly throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Choose water over sugary drinks. And if you're ever unsure, just look at your urine. Light yellow means you're well hydrated, while dark yellow means your body needs more water. This is one of the simplest, most powerful things you can do to protect your health. Drinking enough water can help you think more clearly, move more easily, and feel more energized. It's not just about quenching thirst. It's about nourishing every part of your body, every single day. The 8, staying indoors too much. There's something comforting about staying indoors, especially as we age. It feels safer, quieter, and more predictable. But spending all day inside, day after day, comes with hidden costs that slowly affect your health and your spirit. Doctors say that staying indoors too much can weaken the body in subtle but serious ways. Without sunlight, your vitamin D levels drop. And that's a big deal because vitamin D is essential for strong bones, a sharp immune system, and even a balanced mood. When your body doesn't get enough, it can lead to fatigue, depression, bone loss, and a higher chance of getting sick. Beyond that, being indoors often means being still, sitting in a chair, lying on the couch, or staying in one spot for hours. That lack of natural movement makes your muscles weaker, your joints stiffer, and your circulation slower. You may begin to feel sluggish or heavy, less interested in walking or stretching. And the longer that goes on, the harder it becomes to stay active at all. Even the air inside, especially in closed-up spaces, isn't always healthy. Dust, germs, or lack of fresh air can quietly irritate your lungs or trigger allergies, making breathing feel harder over time. But here's the good news. You don't need to hike a mountain or run a mile to feel the difference. Doctors recommend spending just 20 to 30 minutes a day outside. A walk in your garden, sitting on a bench in the sun, breathing deeply under a tree. These small moments bring fresh air into your lungs, sunlight onto your skin, and peace into your mind. Being outside connects you to the world, to the breeze, the birds, the changing sky. It reminds your body to move and your mind to soften. The less time you spend stuck indoors, the more alive you feel. And that aliveness isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It adds real strength to your body and your years. The ninth, you may not realize it, but complaining too often can slowly drain the joy out of your life. Sure, we all vent now and then, it's natural. But when it becomes a daily habit, grumbling about your aches and pains, the news, the weather, or even other people, it begins to wear on your mind, your body, and your relationships. Doctors and psychologists say that chronic complaining doesn't just reflect your mood. It shapes it. Over time, It rewires your brain to expect the worst, and you start to see life through a darker lens. And the body feels it too. Constant complaining keeps your stress levels high. Your brain releases more cortisol, the stress hormone, which raises your blood pressure, disrupts your sleep, and weakens your immune system. You might not feel it right away, but the toll is real. It can lead to stomach issues, headaches, tension in your muscles, and even heart problems. It's like your body is always bracing for bad news, even when nothing's wrong. And let's be honest, constant negativity can push people away. Friends and family might slowly stop calling, visiting, or engaging, not because they don't care, but because it's hard to stay around someone who only sees the problems, never the beauty. That's a lonely road, especially in your later years. But here's the good news. Just like you train your brain to complain, you can train it to notice the good. Try starting your day by naming 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. A warm cup of tea, a kind word from a neighbor, or the sun shining through your window. Speak more kindly, not just to others, but to yourself too. Over time, this shift can bring peace to your heart, strength to your body, and warmth to your relationships. The 10th, skipping your regular health checkups might feel harmless, especially if you feel fine. But this habit can quietly rob you of your health year by year, without you even noticing. Many serious conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or even cancer don't always give early warning signs. By the time you feel something, the damage may already be done. That's why doctors strongly encourage routine screenings, even when you feel perfectly okay. These visits are not just for emergencies. They're for staying ahead of problems. A simple blood test could catch rising sugar levels before they turn into diabetes. A routine eye check might spot signs of glaucoma before it affects your vision. And a regular heart checkup could prevent a major issue down the road. Many people avoid the doctor out of fear, afraid of what they might find. Others think, I've made it this far, I must be fine. But that kind of thinking can be dangerous. Ignoring your health today might mean facing something much harder tomorrow. Instead, make checkups a part of your routine. Go once or twice a year, even if just for peace of mind. Bring your questions, talk openly, and take small steps based on what you learn. Preventing illness is always easier and far less painful than treating it. And finally, if you've stayed with us this far, that says something powerful about you. It means you care about your body, your mind, and your future. And that's something to be proud of. You're not just going through life. You're taking charge of it. So if you want more tips like these, simple, science-backed, and designed to help you live longer and feel better, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon so you'll always be the first to hear when we post something new. Because sometimes, one small tip can change everything. And you deserve a life full of energy, joy, and health in every chapter, especially this one.